Howdy y'all, Michael here. Today is Saturday, November 6, 2021. We're here in Greenwood, Texas, a very small town here. Don't have much information for you because we have no cell service out here. So let's go explore the place together. Come hang out with me. So here's the famous Greenwood cat. He seems a little camera shy right now. I'm here at the Greenwood grocery, which is also a restaurant here. Apparently they got some of the best burgers out here. And hanging out with my friend Gerald here.
Howdy.
Gerald, you hungry?
I'm hungry.
All right, let's go get something to eat.
And my buddy's back.
Oh, your buddy's back. Does the cat have a name? Do you know the cat's name?
Do not know. But he always says hi to me when I come in.
That's a town cat. Well, interesting tidbit here is a lot of these small towns, their restaurant is their grocery store. Because there's not much around here. So I didn't know exactly what to expect when I walked in here. And they are all cool with us videoing. But it is mainly a restaurant here. They do have a few things here. Some Dr. Peppers, cake mix, chips, of course, lots of ice cream, and soda pops. Actually, I grew up calling them Cokes. Leave a comment down below. What did you call soft drinks? We do have cell phone service now. I just kicked back on, but that's a little repeater there. They have an antenna on top that's directional that picks up the cell signal. But it's really cool here. So on cold days, they have a wood stove here, and they actually use it for the cold weather here. On cold days, everybody likes to hover around this heater.
Yep, all that stuff.
What would you like?
I'll have the same as him.
Okay, mayo and mustard on it.
Sounds good.
Sweet potato tots as well.
Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you. Any of you are wondering, who is Gerald? Gerald's a good friend of mine. We've known each other for a little over 10 years now. So Gerald, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm old, I'm 27. Been in radio, I've done port shorts all my life. Retired from AT&T. Big ham radio operator. Coast Guard Auxiliary. Amateur radio emergency services. Denton County emergency services. So what kind of people can visit?
Gerald's known as the godfather of ham radio for Denton County, and I would dare to say for Wise, Cook, Montague counties as well. Gerald's been after me to come out here sometime. Greenwood, Texas. It's actually in Wise County. We're about how far northeast of Decatur?
Oh, about 10 miles.
About 10 miles northeast of Decatur, and it's just a small little town here. In fact, we had some hunters just leave here, and they're getting ready to go deer hunting. Deer season's just opened in the area, so hopefully they'll bag one. We got Wikipedia up here. And apparently pioneer settlers came to this area as early as 1850. Local tradition states that Greenwood and Hart families were among the first settlers in the area. And the community was named for the Greenwood family and the creek for the Hart family. So got that from Wikipedia. I don't think I can get that to focus in. So as it began to grow, in 1877 they had their first post office and a well that was dug in 1890. At the peak, this town boasted 2 saloons, 4 grocery stores, 2 drugstores, a hotel, a bank, a hardware store, a barber shop, a blacksmith shop, cotton gin, and the Greenwood Gazette newspaper. Funny story, the lady here just got a call and they were asking if she had a toothbrush and toothpaste. So even the small items they gotta find. This is what we're dealing with. Nice homemade hamburger and some sweet tater tots here. Now, how did you discover this place?
Marion brought me here many years ago. My old friend Marion.
And you just come every time from here on?
There almost every Friday, but We could.
So that's hot sauce.
Yes, sir.
Louisiana hot sauce on your tater tots.
With ketchup.
Tater tot?
Real nice.
That's good.
Do you want lemon? Do you want to squeeze them? Do you want to squeeze them or no?
Y'all gotta get out here. This is amazing. Okay, I gotta say, and I don't say this very often, but that was a good burger. I think I'm coming back out here again. That was a good burger. That's worth the trip. Y'all come out here, Greenwood, Texas, the Greenwood grocery store. Get yourself a burger and some sweet potato tops. Definitely worth it. Food was so good, we're about to get some pie and some cobbler. That's Gerald's cobbler there. Looking pretty good. Oh, look at this monster piece of pie. Homemade. Right here in Greenwood, Texas. Gotta say, that was a good burger. Came outside here, and a lot of motorcyclists out here stopping by. This apparently is a great stop for motorcycles. I'm definitely coming back here. That is the best burger I have had in ages. Worth the trip. Make it out here to Greenwood, Texas. Talking to Jackie here. Jackie's the owner. She's owned this place for about 3 years, and her aunt actually owned the place about 12 years prior to that. And we were talking about the museum that's across the street. She said, oh, you want to go in there? I'll go unlock it for you. I got the key. So we're gonna head to, how do you pronounce that, Gerald? Urquhart Museum, a link to the past. Just notice this little bird here, carved into the concrete here. But she unlocked the place for us. She said, be careful, the floors are a little uneven. But my goodness, this place is packed full of history here. It's an old Victrola. What's on there?
Charlie Chaplin.
Those Charlie Chaplin feet. Lots of Coca-Cola paraphernalia here. And these look familiar to me, the old church directories. They have every family in the church get their picture taken there.
Yeah.
And this one happens to be from the Greenwood Baptist Church. It's from 1986. If I woke up in the middle of the night and I saw this, that would terrify me. Here's a little mailbox. It's built in 1948. A little bit of red paint there. Wonder if sometime that was red and then they went to a different color. A lot of postal services have red boxes. If you know, let me know down in the comments. 1948 right there. Some serious rivets there. The lock looks like it's been drilled out. Little dirt dauber nest right there. Look at that old car. It's a Tucker. I've never seen one in person. I would love to see one in person. I'm going to assume it's either Henry Ford or Museum or Peterson's in Los Angeles. I bet they have one. Would love to see one of them. And this is a guy right here that's having a bad day. So I was talking to Gerald here, and we were commenting on these phones. Until around the 1980s, telephones belonged to the phone company. There was no personal cell phones. You could not buy them. They were always leased from the telephone company for good reason. And you were telling me a little bit of your history since you worked with AT&T about those phones.
Yeah, we were not supposed to use a phone on a busy day like Mother's Day or Christmas Day because of these circuits were so overloaded during those peak times that they told the employees we had to stay off the lights just to kind of keep them freed up. So that was back in the, my days started out with the phone company in the early 60s. I was up through the 70s.
So Christmas Day, you couldn't call your mom.
Did not call Mom on Christmas.
Yeah, I had to do it before or after because of the loading.
The day before or the day after.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, technology's changed since then.
It has. And unless this phone here was one of two phones at Slidell.
One of two phones.
Greenwood here, in Greenwood.
One of two phones in the entire town, Greenwood.
In 50.
From 58 to 59 in Greenwood. This one was with the post office, right?
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. And notice there's only 7 digits there. And that's all you had to call.
Uh-huh.
I think in my neighborhood we had an access code, 1234, and that's interesting. I know my town, or my home, my neighborhood was Fleetwood 7790. That was my home phone number. Don't call it now, it's not there anymore. But Fleetwood 7790 was my phone number growing up.
And Murray, 21664. I'll never forget that. What's scary about coming to these museums is I'm just reliving what I grew up with. My grandma's old stove was right there.
Oh, so this was the stove that your grandmother had?
Pretty close to it. The corn baking pans, cornbread.
I guess we have to make stuff out of where it came from, make it look like it again. I've never seen I've seen these cornbread pans, but I've never seen bread that came out of it.
Oh, you missed something. We had one of these Frigidaires. And,
Did you ever get locked in the Frigidaire?
No, I didn't. And there's Mom's washing machine.
So your mother actually had this washing machine right here, not the very one, but this.
Close to it. Hers was a Maytag.
Do you remember the sound of this thing running?
I do.
And it was clotheslines after
I'm
that.
getting my fingers caught in here.
Oh my gosh.
Mama having to hit that to get me out of it. I was probably about 5 years old.
That's amazing. Scary, but amazing. It's scary. It's amazing how we survive such things, you know?
Yeah.
Little plow.
Pushed one of those a few times.
Little farm plow.
Garden plow.
Oh.
Now this is a little bit before my time.
The old wood stove.
And these were quite common at the gas stations and places.
All the Coca-Cola fridges.
I suppose.
Now they still sell and manufacture these wood stoves. Some people like to live off grid, and they're still making. Oh, look at this! Your original Instant Pot right here.
Yeah.
And look at how they sealed off the connectors on it, or the clasp rather. What do you think that was for?
Well, one thing I remember was Mom making pickles. One of these jars.
Okay, that's a big jar for pickles.
Made a lot of pickles.
You didn't have one of those phones in your place, did you?
Yeah.
You did?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Now this one is interesting. I just noticed a lot of them have a little handle that you pick up and you put it up to your ear. But this one has a little headset or a speaker that goes on the side of your head there.
We didn't have this particular model. We had the one that had the, headset. This had a little cup on it for your mouthpiece. And
Okay, so
it said Western Electric on it. Pretty old.
So this particular one was from January 14th, 1913.
Mm-hmm.
And it was used until March 13th, 1972. And it was still working when they removed it.
Not sure what this is for.
That's a blacksmith table. I can tell you that because right here's the blower.
Oh, I see.
And then it blows the tube into here, and that's your smelting pot.
Okay.
And the only reason I know this was used in a lot of blacksmith shops, was the White Buffalo Festival in Snyder, Texas. They had a blacksmith operating one of these. Keeping history alive. I love these old papers. And if you want a rocking chair, here's one for $1.65.
Wow. Little milk can.
Yep.
We use those on the farm. Several milk cows. We milk, store it in there, and then sell it to the neighbors.
Old Singer sewing machine. I think we had one just like that.
Mm-hmm.
My mom had it. I think she actually used it before she got some of these more modern ones.
I learned to type on one of those.
Old Underwood. We had a Royal typewriter. I remember that.
What's this other machine? What's an Oliver? Never used one. But
I've never heard of Oliver.
I've heard of it. It's the first time I've really seen one.
That's amazing. Look at that thing. The way the keys are set up there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the keys there. What's that called on the top there?
I forget.
The hammers? I forgot. They did the imprint.
Strikers, I think.
Yeah, and your tab key and your right to the middle. So this is not a standard typewriter. This is probably something as they were developing a typewriter. It's an earlier model. It's kind of like a Model T. Model T doesn't drive like a regular car does. This right here is for stuffing sausage and lard and a fruit press. Anything to squeeze.
That's a little before my time. That's how we heated our house. House I grew up in.
Mm-hmm. The heaters I had in my bathroom, you can... As a child, I'd figure out how to burn some things without burning the house down. This one looks like it goes into a little fireplace, and I guess it had a gas connector right here, down on the side.
If you go in the fireplace, of course, my mom's house just had them sitting up against the wall, but put away from the wall.
And no, you cannot use these today. Doesn't quite meet fire code. I had a friend, he had his gas turned off because of a leak, and he had those bathroom heaters just like we did. And they made him take them out before they would turn the gas back on.
He didn't want to study it.
That's an amazing Coca-Cola clock. Got 3 of them right here. And if you're just a little bit thirsty here, there's my hand. There's the bottle. Guess it's all a taster. They actually had the product in there,
yes.
and it's just a marketing tool. Just get you a little test,
Samples.
a little freebie to get you addicted.
Get you hooked.
The museum is across the street here from the Greenwood grocery store. More of a restaurant. And then you have your volunteer fire department. This is the Glenwood Slidell Fire Department. Greenwood. How many names am I going to give this down? It's the Greenwood Slidell Fire Department. If y'all find my Bowie, Texas video, that's Gerald's voice in the background correcting me. Yeah. So apparently they have 2 vehicles in here. I'm not sure what they have though. But they have a new fire station in the Slidell area. And over here is that pump that made Wikipedia. This pump was dug, I believe, 1890. So this is the life force of the town here to get this pump. And it might still work. I don't have no clue, but you need water to prime these things, and there's no suction right now. But I noticed this little drain trough that comes off the side here. So it probably does work. You just gotta pour some water down there to get your water. Of course, there is a historical marker here, detailing a lot of what we read on Wikipedia. Because the well here was dug in 1890s. But this is the post office. This is truly the post office. And I'm gonna guess there's nothing going on inside here. Is there? It's the LPO boxes, but it looks like they got some tools and stuff. I don't think people go in here anymore. Little shop. See a little lathe in there. But this is where you pick up your town mail. The entire town gets their mail here. And there's a little blue post office box there. So my old history here. Next to that is this old wooden shack. And I saw where they had a picture of a creamery. I wonder if this was it. I think these trees and vines are holding it together. Don't think I want to go exploring inside that thing. It is pretty cool looking inside. For a small town, it's pretty lively. They have events out here. Sometimes there'll be thousands of people out here. Just walking around the back of this post office here. Which I don't believe is in operation anymore. Got a lot of outhouse here. And this is the Charlie Cole building. I am quite sure there's a story behind that. But back here, they do have little fish fry festivals and barbecue festivals that the volunteer fire department does. At least a barbecue. And look at these pits. Amazingly long pits. And from the smell of it, they've recently had fires in here. Or at least you can smell the meat. Lots of ash down there for the smoker. That is a thing of beauty. There's the ash chute. Looks like there's the old one here. Hasn't been used in a while. Here's a little sign here telling you about the barbecue pit area. Built by the Greenwood Masonic Lodge number 779 and donated to the community in honor of Bobby Ashley for her continued support of our lodge and the community of Greenwood. 2011. Very nice. Even has some nice tables here to use. Just looking at the engineering of this thing, there is a handle there that you pull up. It looks like it puts tabs on every one of the doors to keep it shut. Right there is a handle to open and close the top of this smokestack here. In 1895, the Masons here petitioned their Grandmaster. I'm not a Mason, so I don't know all the ins and outs of Masonry, to build a lodge in this neighborhood. So that's how lodge number 779 was built. And actually the town bank was inside this lodge. The first floor still has a vault inside that was the town bank, and then the remainder of the building was the lodge. Here it is, since 1895. Gerald just made a comment about this newspaper machine. And I remember when newspapers were a quarter and 50 cents for the Sunday paper, because you got all the coupons for all the grocery stores. And I just remember seeing recently somebody posting that they don't have any coupons in the Sunday paper anymore, or very few stores are doing it anymore. But curious how long it's been since this machine has dispensed the paper. Whatever it was the last time, it was 75 cents for the daily and $2 for the Sunday. Oh, it's the Dallas Morning News. Okay, I used to take that paper before we had the Dallas Times Herald. That newspaper shut down. I remembered that day. So the Dallas Morning News took over, and I renewed it for 3 years. And next time I came up for renewal, the price I was paying for 3 years was the same price for a single year. So I figured we are in the internet age and it was time to move on. So we're driving out of town here outside Greenwood to go to the racetrack. And some of their festivals, it's pretty active for a small town, but some of their festivals will be so large that they got to get to the racetrack. And Gerald's going to tell me where to find the racetrack here.
It's like just up here on the left.
That's fine. Eagles Canyon?
Yep.
Eagles Canyon Racing.
Yep.
I like how they got it painted up here. I had no idea there was a racetrack in Wise County. And I see a couple Porsches in the parking lot here. They look like they're set up for racing. So apparently the Porsche company is out here utilizing the racetrack. So it's closed down, so we're not going to be able to see it this trip, but they're having the Porsche experience. And usually that's a media event or something similar to that. So I'm not going to see it this time, but I did ask the gentleman, I said, I heard they had a big catfish fry festival out here. And he said, oh yes, there are thousands of people out for that. So small town, they do know how to have some fun out here.
I'll take a right here, back here at the Pepper Jacks.
And this Pepper Jacks is kind of like the Greenwood grocery store.
Used to be a real good place.
Right next to the post office.
And that's the old post office.
That's the old post office, okay.
Now I want to show you down here the new fire department.
Well, a lot of these fire departments, people don't stay overnight here. They just get paged out to it and run out and get the trucks.
They do have facilities here for somebody to sleep though.
They may have one person on a car or something like that, depending.
And there's the antenna stuff we put up.
Oh, over there on the corner there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's VHFN, UHF.
800.
800, okay. So that's tied into the county, you say 800?
Denton County and Wise County.
Okay. Very cool. Here's the fire doors.
And Marion bought that door.
He what? He bumped it?
He bought it.
He bought it, okay.
And donated when they were building it.
thanks for hanging out with us. That was Greenwood, Texas. Small town, but a lot of big heart there. A lot of people stop by there, especially that Greenwood grocery. I highly recommend stopping by there and have probably the best burger you've had in quite a while. It was absolutely delicious. In fact, we even went for dessert. When they started pulling the pies out, I had to do it. I rarely ever eat dessert after a meal at a restaurant, but that was pretty good. But afterwards we did stop by the raceway, and we did stop by to say hello to an old friend at the cemetery. Marion was a good friend of Gerald's for a long time, and we miss him dearly. But for now, y'all take care, be safe, bye. Say, I'm definitely coming back here. That is the best burger I have had in ages.